Welcome to the TUT Grievance Procedure information video. In this program, we will provide you with an overview of the grievance procedure at Tshwane University of Technology. The TUT Grievance Procedure was signed as a collective agreement between labor and management on April 18, 2013. It is designed to address complaints raised by employees against their employers due to violations of legalities such as policies, employment contracts, and national standards. A grievance is a formal complaint lodged by an employee against the employer, resulting from a negative impact on the employee, caused by the employer or a fellow employee. Grievances can encompass concerns or undesirable experiences that employees may raise with their employer. It is important to note that employees should not use the grievance procedure to address substantive issues related to employment conditions. Additionally, the grievance procedure may not be invoked if there is already a disciplinary process in progress against the employee, or if a disciplinary process has been initiated before a grievance was lodged, provided that the facts in both processes are the same. The aim of the TUT grievance procedure is to provide a channel for employees to express dissatisfaction regarding the employer-employee relationship. It focuses on addressing matters directly related to the employment relationship between the employee and TUT. The purpose of the grievance procedure is to ensure that grievances are resolved in a constructive manner that is acceptable to both the employee and the employer. The procedure applies to all TUT employees from post level 1 up to post level 16. By implementing the TUT grievance procedure, the university aims to foster sound labor relations in the workplace, promoting consistency, transparency, and fairness when addressing workplace problems and concerns. Resolving grievances in a constructive manner contributes to a positive work environment where employee concerns are addressed, influencing the overall well-being and productivity of TUT staff members. The TUT grievance procedure ensures that employees are protected from victimization or intimidation when raising grievances concerning colleagues, subordinates, students, or clients. In cases where an employee fears intimidation or victimization by their supervisor, they have the right to lodge a grievance directly with the Employee Relations Department. The department will evaluate the grievance and determine whether it should be referred directly to Step 2, or if it requires the direct line manager to engage with the aggrieved in Step 1. The effective management of grievances in the workplace requires adherence to certain principles. Here are some general principles to consider when handling a grievance. Employees are entitled to bring their grievance to the attention of management, and it should be dealt with at the lowest possible level within the TUT structure. Employees have the right to be represented by a fellow employee, a colleague, or a union representative throughout all stages of the grievance process. Management at all levels must carefully consider the grievance and make genuine attempts to resolve it. The grievance will only be considered resolved when the employee indicates satisfaction or when all three steps of the grievance process have been exhausted. Each step of the grievance procedure has specific timelines that must be adhered to. Employees should familiarize themselves with the policies, procedures, and regulations specific to their department or division within TUT. These may include additional channels for raising concerns or resolving conflicts that are unique to the academic or support environment. For example, policies, for instances, on recruitment-related grievances would include the policy on promotion of support employees, the policy on talent acquisition, and the policy on appointments, promotions, and duties of the instructional and research staff. The applicable policy on a job profile or post-level grievances would be the policy on job evaluation. If an employee decides to initiate the grievance procedure, it is recommended to maintain accurate records of all communication, meetings, and documentation related to the grievance. This includes keeping copies of written submissions, reports, and any materials or supporting documents that may be relevant to the case. These records can provide valuable evidence and support the employee's position throughout the grievance process. It is the duty of the aggrieved employee to try to discuss their grievance with the individuals involved, particularly their direct line manager. This encourages open communication and provides an opportunity to address concerns before they escalate to formal grievances. Throughout the grievance process, management at all levels is expected to handle grievances objectively, and consider them carefully, making genuine attempts to resolve the issues. Adherence to the timeline specified in each step of the procedure is crucial to ensure a timely and effective resolution. Now let's take a closer look at the 3 steps of the TUT Grievance Procedure. Step 1. All complaints and dissatisfactions should be resolved at the lowest possible level. Employees must lodge their grievances with their immediate supervisors within 7 days of the onset of the grievance. Within 5 workdays, the line manager must meet with the employee to discuss the facts of the grievance. The line manager then has 3 days to make a reasonable effort to resolve the grievance and provide a written report to the employee within 2 working days. If the employee is satisfied with the outcome of Step 1, they can acknowledge that the case is resolved and the grievance is closed. If not, they must notify and lodge a formal grievance in writing to the Employee Relations Department. Step 2. Once the formal grievance is received by the Employee Relations Department, they will schedule Step 2 of the grievance process within 4 days. The next line manager will chair Step 2, and all relevant parties will be invited to the grievance hearing. The aggrieved employee, the line manager, and any other individuals involved in the grievance will have the opportunity to make submissions and present their proposals for resolving the issue. If the grievance is successfully resolved during Step 2, the matter will be considered closed. However, if the grievance remains unresolved, the aggrieved employee has the option to request the Employee Relations Department to schedule Step 3 of the grievance process within 7 days of receiving the outcome of Step 2. Step 3 is the final attempt to resolve the grievance internally. Upon receiving the request to proceed to Step 3, the Employee Relations Department will schedule the next line manager to chair the grievance hearing. The chairperson of Step 3 must provide the outcome report to the Employee Relations Department within 5 days after the grievance hearing takes place. If the matter is resolved at Step 3, the grievance will be considered closed. However, if the aggrieved employee does not accept the outcome of Step 3, they have the right to refer the dispute to an external resolution body in accordance with the relevant statutes or legislation, such as the Labor Relations Act or the Employment Equity Act. Remember, the grievance procedure applies to all TUT employees from post level 1 up to post level 16, covering both academic and support environments. Each environment follows a specific line function structure, as exemplified by the academic environment with the head of department chairing Step 1, the executive dean chairing Step 2, and the deputy vice chancellor chairing Step 3. Similarly, the support environment follows a line management structure with the first, second, and third line managers chairing Steps 1, 2, and 3, respectively. Lastly, employees should be aware that engaging in the grievance procedure is a serious matter, and it is important to approach it professionally and respectfully. This includes adhering to any confidentiality requirements and refraining from making false accusations or providing misleading information. Honesty, integrity, and professionalism should guide the employee's conduct throughout the grievance process. Overall, the TUT grievance procedure is designed to provide a fair and transparent mechanism for addressing workplace grievances. By following the outlined steps and guidelines, employees can seek resolution to their concerns and ensure their voices are heard within the university.